Welcome everybody. I was asked to do a quick video about uploading videos to Google Classroom. It can be done a variety of different ways. You could post to YouTube and then from there just create a link to Google Classroom. That said, if you don't want to do that, there are other formats and other ways. So this is actually part two of kind of this process. This will simply show you how to upload video straight to Google Classroom. And it probably is not as difficult as one might think. Part one is focused on how to actually create the video using OBS and your webcam on the Media Center. So starting here, you'll see that I have Google Classroom opened up. I'm actually going to click into my super study. I'm sure they're not going to be concerned about this video that gets posted, but click in there. And this is the format as of right now that Google Classroom looks like. They've had different formats and things, so if you're running under a previous version, it might be useful to upload. If you're just starting, this is what it's going to look like. So what I'm actually going to do is click right here onto classwork. And from classwork then, I'm going to go to create. And then depending on what you want to do, for instance, if you want this to be notes that they aren't required to do anything with, then you simply want to highlight and click on material. If you want this to be part of an assignment that they need to answer questions based off of the video, then you would do, the assignment function. There is a possibility that you could pose a discussion question and then as a result of that discussion question or watching the video and then post a discussion question, so that'd be right here. And then if you wanted to actually have a quiz, you can insert videos and quizzes as well. And if you have specific questions, I'll be available Monday and Tuesday that we can discuss that. So I'm going to have, just as if I'm posting this as notes or some sort of generalized lecture. So I'm going to click on material, and this screen pops up, and the screen at this point is asking for a title. So this is, let's say, class discussion, specifically from today's date, which is the 20th. And you'll notice it has kind of the bookmark icon right here. That simply notes that there's nothing that they're going to be required to do as a result of this. Description, if I wanted to, I could outline the description. So I could say, please make sure that you are aware of the specifics. For instance, how does Millard Fillmore's life impact his presidency? Now, this is probably closer to something I might have in my AP US history class or my honors history class, but it's going to work here as well. So at this point, then, if I had topics available, in my super study class, we really don't take notes or anything. But I could have one that's just simply based off of notes or discussions. I'm going to put this underneath just course documents. I want this class to have access to it. If I wanted other classes, I could do that. So if you're teaching two sections of a class, something like notes might be really nice to be able to post to multiple sections. And then if you had certain students, I'm not going to click on the student names just for confidentiality purposes, but you could select certain students that you want to have access to this. Next, what I'm going to do is click on Add, and then depending on where you have it saved at. So if I have a YouTube link, if I've uploaded it to YouTube, I'm going to click here. I'm going to be able to find the video, and for a lot of people, if you're using, for instance, like Crash Course, you could type in Crash Course U.S. History, Civil Rights. And it's then going to search for that video, and oh, there it is, number 39. That's what I wanted, so I'm going to click Add. Now, this is going to show up. It's going to open up directly into Google Classroom. They won't even have to necessarily go to a different web browser. This is not the video I want to post, so I'm going to exit that right here. And then I'm going to go to add. And then if it's in Google Drive, I could click Google Drive. It's going to pop up with a window. I could look for it if it's within my recent. I could click in a variety, you know, if it's in one of my specific folders. This one's not. It's on my computer desktop. So what I'm going to do is hit cancel here. And then I'm going to go to add. And then in this case, just file. Okay, now I'm going to upload from my device. I'm going to go to my desktop. Then you'll see 10 facts about Millard Fillmore, everybody's favorite president. I'm going to click open. And you'll see that this is 2.33 megabytes. This is only about a minute long. The biggest thing about uploading to Google Classroom is if you're uploading from your device, it does take time. So do not expect it to be ready and available to students right away. If that's what you're looking for, then probably the best option is to upload it to YouTube and then later on link it in Google Classroom. If it's something that you're doing informally and you're like, you know what, I really don't want to put it up on YouTube, then do this. But understand it does take some time for this to render, especially if it's a longer video. So I'm going to click upload. You're going to see it says uploading. We're going to wait for that bar to complete and fill. Now you're going to see, and if it shows up with just kind of the Google Drive kind of image there, it's not ready to go. When it is ready to go, it'll show a thumbnail of the actual video. So you'll be able to see exactly when it's ready. Now, for the sake of this assignment, there's two things I could do. If I'm doing this ahead of time, I could click here to the right of post and then click on schedule. And I could actually schedule what day I want this to be released. So maybe, you know, I want my kids to have access to this on Monday. I'm working ahead a little bit, and I want it to be available, since this is Super Study, right away when Super Study starts. When I hit schedule, it's actually going to close out of this window and take me back into my classwork tab of Google Classroom. All right, so from here, if I kind of look down, course documents, there's my class discussion, 3/20/20. If I click on it, it's going to show me. In this case, it's already up and running. I don't know the volume level of this video and how that's going to come through in this tutorial video, but I'll go ahead and click here. It's going to open up a new tab. So there you have it. 10 top facts about little known president Millard Fillmore. 13th president, by the way. All right, so anyways, that's how you upload a video. If you need to get back into it and edit it before you release it and things, you can click edit here. You can also edit material. It's going to pop up in this window again. If you suddenly notice that your schedule changed, or with the way things are going right now, who knows what's going to happen. So you can always click right here. It's going to pop this up again, and you're going to be able to change that. The other, if you click out of that again, it's going to give you the option to post it right away. Or if you simply just want to keep it and you don't know when you're going to schedule it and you don't know when you're going to post it, then you can just hit save draft. And it's going to save the draft. It's going to show up right here, but you'll notice that it's not scheduled to post. If you have additional questions about how to post these or upload these, you can definitely shoot me an email, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of the day.